Jason, from a property development background, what common risks do you see on schemes?
Well, Philip, Richard talked about people, and I suspect that we'll end up talking about people quite a lot in the next 45 minutes because I think this is quite a credit-intensive thing that we do. That there is a leg that the developer does that no other people are involved in, of course, which is buying the land in the first place. So when we buy the land, we don't have the lenders there, we don't have the IMSs there, we don't have those other people there. We're making our decision to buy the land. And for a developer to buy the land right and buy the land well is obviously the core first step. If you get that wrong, you're coming from behind ever thereafter. So that's the first part. If we bought the land well, and we believe at Halsbury we buy the land well, then at that point you start to think about the development, how you're going to implement it. And that's where you obviously start to engage with your lenders and other advisors. And I'm expecting the lenders on the panel today will talk about the experience of management as being absolutely key, and I think that's right. But there's two things. One is the experience of the second tier of management in a developer. I think that's very important as well, how you set the program and how you implement the program, and having QSs on the payroll that understand how to keep to a program. And the second bit is around the IMSs, where I see quite a distinction between this requirement that lenders always have for experience management. So I don't think I found a lender that says, well, I guess there are some in the market that will do first-time developers, but that's a fairly small part of the market. Most people are looking for experienced developers, and yet in the IMS world, we have, I think, much more of a tick box approach, and we have much more inexperienced people often coming to sites to do the monitoring and sometimes to do the front-end DD as well. And I see that as quite a juxtaposition. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to not spare Richard's blushes. If you've got somebody in the room with lots of grey hair, which Richard now has, then for me that marries onto nicely what this mantra that we always talk about, which is the experience of the management team. So you're looking for that experience of the management team. We'd see that as lending 101. But I wonder sometimes in the IMS part of the world, it seems to me that the quality of those services is quite variable. And I guess cost often goes into that. But for me, that's a false economy. It's, the heart of any credit institution is a credit decision. We all know when loans go wrong, credit intensity increases massively. What does that really mean? Well, it means humans get involved, experienced people get involved, and they start paying real attention. And I would question why there isn't actually that level of credit intensity through the monitoring phase with experienced people, rather than, as I say, it seems to me there are some circumstances where there's much more of a tick box. But again, lending 101, nobody likes tick box, right? We all say that we don't do tick box lending. So why do we do at times tick box monitoring? So I think we mitigate a lot of risk in development if we've got experienced IMSs that have been there and done it, because there's no substitute, is there, for gaining experience that isn't just an academic exercise.